It's another transfer racer as we near the January transfer window. Ali's here to walk us through some good or bad or ugly decisions. Donny van der Beek to Manchester United because supposedly the war chest is open now for Ole. He's proved himself.
Oh, is that right? Well, does that mean that players want to come to Manchester United now?
I don't know. They beat Moreno. They beat Man City.
Yeah. Donny van der Beek, he'll be going somewhere, but he won't be Manchester United. See, the market for him was pretty high at one point, even going to Real Madrid, and so it was sort of dependent upon what happens with Paul Pogba. But once you sort of flirted with clubs like Real Madrid and the level in which those clubs are at this time, then I think Manchester United becomes a secondary target. If he goes to Manchester United, it's because some of those other big moves didn't work out.
All right. Lautaro and Martinez, we've talked about the price tag perhaps being a little bit of a red flag for Barcelona at 100 million from Inter.
Yeah, not yet. Barcelona, I think, can go after a bigger target. This guy can play. He can score goals. He's a nice piece to have, but he cannot be the front line for you. He's a guy that has benefited of the presence of Romelu Lukaku in the attack alongside him. The big body of Lukaku, the speed and the hard work that Lautaro puts in. He benefits from that. He has to improve his finishing. I like the attitude. I like the energy, but he's not a number one guy. So, not quite yet.
Okay. Marcelino to Arsenal.
I would have given you a far more complete answer before the reports that came out that whoever had spoken to him after the conversations that he had with Arsenal, he said, didn't go so well. Hey, I'm not getting the job. And if he doesn't think he's getting the job, then why am I going to think he's getting the job?
Believe in yourself. Chris Smalling, this is what Juventus do, isn't it? He goes on loan to Roma, he's lighting up Serie A, and then Juventus come in and say, thank you very much.
But I thought that that's what they had done with Matthias de Ligt. I thought that he was the answer to their questions. And yet questions remain for Juventus. And I think there are a lot of issues to Juventus that people may not understand and may not see because, look, this was only their first loss of the year against Lazio. But that doesn't quite paint a very good picture or the true picture of what has gone on with Juventus this season. They haven't really played all that well. And defensively, they've had their issues. So while this made sense for Juventus, Ivan Roma, I'm saying, wait a minute, we are in no position to be letting any central defender leave because, let me tell you, we cannot defend. We have our own difficulties. And so, if I'm Smalling, sure, Juventus, why not? If I'm Roma, no chance.
And they pay the money that Manchester United are after. Supposedly Inter are interested in him as well, and maybe Arsenal to bring him back to England, so anyone's guess.
Okay.
That's what you do. You go out on loan, you prove yourself, you suddenly get some bidders interested. Saul to Manchester United, much the same vein here, that there's a lot of money now sloshing around for Solskjaer.
And so, just like Van de Beek, and Saul going to Manchester United, it tells you that there's a need in Manchester United, that the midfield hasn't been all what they want it to be. However, you can make the argument that part of the reason they've won these games against Spurs and against Manchester City is because their midfield actually played pretty well. And so Manchester United still has a need in that area, but they have to figure out what they do with Pogba. And if you're Saul and you're comfortable at Atletico Madrid, is this an opportunity for you to take a jump somewhere else because things are getting a little stale for you at Atletico Madrid? Not yet. Oh. And it won't be. Even if he makes a jump, it won't be Manchester United, at least not yet.
And it won't be January to anyone, you don't think?
Nope. None of these guys are going anywhere in January. And this guy may be staying home for a while.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.